Hello everyone, my name is Maurice Miller. I am an ACC AmeriCorps member and I serve BEACON Afterschool Program as its Marketing and Communications Coordinator. Today I'm with the Soup Bowl Fundraiser organizer and I'll let her introduce herself so you can get to know her.
Hi, I'm Samantha Derbyshire. I have lived in Moab for 13 years. I own Whole Enchilada Shuttle Company and my pottery business, Emerald Kuru Studio. I am a DJ on KZMU. I sit on the Moab Trail Mix Committee, and I also mentor a 6th grader here in town.
Awesome. So what inspired you to get involved with the Soup Bowl fundraiser?
Well, I first learned about the Soup Bowl fundraiser in 2019, and I can't remember why, but for whatever reason I couldn't attend. I was early in my pottery days back then, so not even participating in the event, but just attending. And then the pandemic happened, and it went on hiatus, and then in 2022 they brought it back, but I was building a sweat equity home at the time, and I was in the final months, the final weeks of finishing my house, so I just didn't have the capacity to participate that year. And so last year was actually my first Soup Bowl fundraiser, and it was just as great as I expected it to be.
Awesome. Can you tell us a bit about your experience with the Clay Artisans of Moab, or CLAM, and your involvement in the fundraiser?
Yeah, so here in Moab we have a really large clay community for the size of the town, and it's really awesome that we have that, and we have Desert Sun Ceramics to help facilitate that and get people into clay. This is actually where I learned how to throw back in 2018, and this was my studio for a number of years until I finished my house, where I now have a home studio. And my involvement in the fundraiser, last year, we'll call them the old guard, the original founders or creators of this event made it abundantly clear that it was their last year putting it on. And so if we wanted to keep it going, we could, but they would help and guide us, but they weren't going to put it on. So I knew that there was a group of the new generation of clay, I guess you could say, who were interested in keeping it going, and so I stepped up into the leadership role as the lead coordinator for the event.
So it's safe to say that if someone hadn't stepped up, we wouldn't be having a Soup Bowl fundraiser this year.
Yes.
Wow. So on behalf of BEACON, we greatly thank you.
There were two of us that kind of both knew that it was going to be one or the other, and I knew that it was going to be me, and I think they did too. So so figuring it out, it's a lot of work.
Thank you. Thank you so much for stepping up for that. Why is it important to support BEACON Afterschool Program through this event?
BEACON supports hundreds of youth in Moab, and it spans all demographics of children and families in Moab. It is not only after-school activities, but for many families it's after-school childcare, which is huge. And so having snacks for the kids to tide them over between lunch and dinner, because that's a long time, is very important to their growth. Yes. And also for many families that struggle to put food on the table to begin with, it's huge. Yes. In helping to keep their children fed.
All right, thank you. What makes the Soup Bowl fundraiser unique and appealing to the community?
The Soup Bowl fundraiser is an opportunity for the community to come together and share a meal. I think the timing is really awesome, being the beginning of November. Tourist season is winding down, and it's an opportunity for the community to reconnect and to come together after the madness that we all went through, and just to remember why we are here, and coming together, sharing a meal, and helping out our neighbors. That's one of the really cool aspects of the Soup Bowl fundraiser.
Okay. Thank you. Can you describe the process of creating the handcrafted pottery bowls that will be featured at the event?
Yeah, it's a long process. It's about 10 months.
Wow.
And as I was thinking over these questions earlier, we're pretty much soup bowling all year.
Yes.
After the event, we take a little bit of time, but we pretty much start up the first of the year.
Wow.
Making bowls. Our goal is 450 bowls.
Wow.
And to get that, we usually end up making 500 bowls, because there are inevitably some that are going to get broken or don't come out well, and so we start early. And in the early months, we have 2 nights a month that we have throwing parties, I guess you could say, where we come together here at the studio and we make the bowls. We can knock out about 60 to 100 bowls in a night, depending on how many people we have here.
Yes.
It's a bit of an assembly line in a way. We have people weighing and wedging clay and then delivering those balls to the people that are sitting at the wheels.
Yes.
And then the people at the wheels are throwing the bowls, and then we usually have a runner who is taking those and taking them outside to start drying, and there's someone outside who's minding them to make sure that the drying process is going well, because that's really important actually in the whole process of pottery. And then the following night we'll come back and trim the bowls, and so we take off the bottom, all the excess clay, and we create what's called the foot, and that's the nice finished bottom of the bowl.
Wow.
And then throughout the year, spring and summer, we hosted a number of painting events or set up at places like Arts and Ag to invite the community to come and leave their artistic touch on these bowls and really get the community of Moab involved in this. And then the rest of the bowls are glazed by studio members just on their own time as needed.
Wow, it's a wonderful process. So it's not I can manage to say when a person gets the bowls, they're not getting something that they just went to the store, went to Walmart and just buy. This is something that's crafted with love from this community. And there's
like I said, there's a lot of work that goes into getting to the actual event. And the bowls are not made by just one person. Like I said, one person can throw it, another person probably trims it, someone else glazes it. So they really have been created by a group of an assortment of people.
Okay. All right. What can attendees expect at the Soup Bowl fundraiser?
Upon arrival, we have a horseshoe of tables set up with bowls, an assortment of bowls, and because we can't put 450 bowls out at once, and it would take people forever to choose, we sort the bowls ahead of time into categories, a lot basically based on color ways, and as people select bowls, more bowls are brought out. So you don't have to be first in line to get the best bowl, because there are still awesome bowls coming out.
Awesome.
And then once they get their bowl, they head on up to the soup line, and we have all of our soup, bread, and desserts donated by local restaurants and chefs. And so you can try different soups. And then also happening is an all ceramic silent auction with an array of ceramic pieces, pottery donated by local artists. And then for people to take home and keep.
Wow. What are your hopes for the Soup Bowl fundraiser and its impact on the community?
Oh gosh, this is a lot of the reason why I felt like this needed to continue. This is the 6th Soup Bowl fundraiser, a different nonprofit each time. And last year, every year, the proceeds have grown. And last year we brought in an unprecedented $15,000, which is huge for small nonprofits in Moab.
Yes.
And I think it's really awesome that to help the community here in Moab, because we are a small, tight-knit community, and that's why we live here. And so my hope is that this event continues.
Yes.
It continues to support small nonprofits and be an event that people look into or look forward to every year. Last year was the first year. With the growth last year, we decided to implement an application process. And so we encourage all nonprofits to apply, and if you don't get picked the first year, don't keep applying. We hope to help all sorts of nonprofits here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how could a person get a ticket? I want to go to this event, be a part of this, and I want to support the Clay Artisans of Moab. I want to support the Soup Bowl. I want to support this nonprofit. How can I get a ticket?
Yeah. Well, you're not supporting the Clay Artisans of Moab. I just want to, all the proceeds go to the nonprofit, which this year is Beacon. But to do so, you can go on the interwebs at, we created a little bit.ly, super easy web address, I guess, and it's bit.ly/Soup Bowl tickets. And you can purchase your tickets online there. Otherwise, you could go to Back of Beyond. You could come here to Desert Sun Ceramics or Canyonlands Copy Center, where they have tickets available. Tickets are $30 for adults and $10 for kids ahead of time, and tickets at the door will be $35 this year.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so get your ticket early.
And you can also visit Beacon's website, moabbeacon.org, and at the top there's a link there that says Soup Bowl, so it'll take you to where you can get those tickets.
Awesome. And if you want to volunteer, we also have a link that I can't think of off the top of my head, but it takes about 75 people.
Wow.
To actually put the event on. Everything from setting up to taking down to running soup to serving soup. So it truly takes a village, and volunteers are very crucial to the execution. So if you're interested in volunteering, we can get you set up with that too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Samantha, for what you, the Clay Artisans of Moab, Desert Sun Ceramics, everyone that's involved in making this event happen, and we're looking forward to being there. And again, on behalf of Beacon, we thank you so much for the support that this is bringing, and we're looking forward to seeing it to be a great event. Yeah,
and I have to just say that Desert Sun Ceramics is huge in the execution of this event. Liz has been very generous in donating the clay and donating the space for us to make this all a reality, and so thank you to Desert Sun Ceramics also. All right, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful day. And again, you can visit moabbeacon.org, and at the top you'll see a link. Make a click and it'll take you to where you can get your own ticket. Have a wonderful day.